Now you know the difference. And there's still much more news ahead. Eyewitness News at 6 begins right now.
This is New York's #1 news, Channel 7 Eyewitness News, with Bill Ritter and Liz Cho. Ryan Field with sports, and Lee Goldberg with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Now, Eyewitness News at 6.
A school district on Long Island decides to hire armed private security guards to protect students on campus. But some parents are not happy about it. And businesses in Harlem are pushing back against plans to build a cannabis dispensary in 125th Street, right across the street from the famed Apollo Theater. And good evening to you at 6 o'clock. I'm Liz Cho. Bill is off tonight. We'll have more on those stories in just a minute, but we are going to begin with some breaking news and a verdict in the federal terrorism trial Sayfullo Saipov. A jury convicted the 34-year-old of driving down the busy Hudson River bike path, killing 8 people back on Halloween night of 2017 with the goal of joining ISIS. Saipov now faces the death penalty when he's sentenced. Eyewitness News reporter Morgan Norwood is live at the courthouse in Lower Manhattan with the breaking news. Morgan.
And Liz, jurors had sent some early notes asking for clarification about the charges, but ultimately all of that got cleared up as they were able to come to a unanimous guilty verdict. All of this, though, playing out before the heartbroken families of the victims who cried, they sobbed, breaking down.
6 hours of deliberations over the course of 2 days, jurors in the case against Sayfullo Saipov unanimously returning a guilty verdict. No cameras in the federal courtroom, but Saipov wore a mask over his face, and his reaction wasn't visible. But the agony of the loved ones of some of the 8 people he killed when he raced a rented truck down a Hudson River bike path in 2017 was. In court, some reportedly consoling each other as that verdict was read. This was all a scheme to join ISIS. In addition to the guilty verdict on murder and attempted murder, Saipov was also convicted of providing material to support ISIS, with death resulting. For days, his defense team, which called no witnesses, explained to jurors that Saipov, who pleaded not guilty, didn't carry out the attack to join the terror organization, but rather wanted to die a martyr. Prosecutors painting a different picture for the jury throughout the trial, saying Saipov thought that attack through, choosing Halloween because he thought there'd be more people to hurt. His rampage only ended when he crashed into a school bus. Prosecutors say he would have went on to the Brooklyn Bridge for another round of terror.
Now, the same jury is now preparing for round 2 of deliberations, this time to decide whether Saipov should face the death penalty. They were told to be ready for the penalty phase of this on February the 6th. Now, a death sentence, though, would be pretty rare. In fact, New York no longer has capital punishment. The last time that we saw something like that was in 1963. I'm Morgan Norwood, Channel 7 Eyewitness News. Back to you, Liz.
All right, Morgan, thank you. We are following some breaking news right now. And a 4-alarm fire burning right now in the Bronx. This is a low-rise apartment building on Carpenter Avenue in the Wakefield section. Citizen app video shows flames on the roof of the building. From what we were told, the fire is burning in the space above the top floor. There are 138 fire and ES members right now on scene. So far, no injuries reported. We, of course, will continue to stay on top of this story. Well, 5 former Memphis police officers are now behind bars facing a series of criminal charges, including murder. Investigators say the officers beat 29-year-old Tyree Nichols so badly during a traffic stop this month that he died 3 days later. A family attorney says police body cam footage shows the officers viciously beat Nichols for 3 full minutes. The officers were all fired last week after an internal investigation. That video is expected to be released tomorrow.
I've seen the video. In a word, it's absolutely appalling.
I expect you to feel outrage in the disregard of basic human rights, as our police officers have taken an oath to do the opposite of what transpired on the video.
Well, the officers may face additional charges, and others in the police department may also be charged. Back here in our area, a woman is in critical condition in the hospital in New Jersey tonight after she was struck by a car that kept going. She was hit this morning not far from the New Jersey Transit Freight Lautenberg station in Secaucus. A police officer was nearby at the time and helped the victim. She's 49 years old. She's from Jersey City. The driver fled, but police say they later found the vehicle and the driver involved. The Hudson County Prosecutor's Office is now investigating. We're going to go ahead and turn now to the weather, and it turned out to be a windy but pretty nice day out there after all of that heavy rain finally moved out. We want to go ahead and check in with Danny Beckstrom. She's in for Lee tonight. Danny.
Yeah, Liz, I love that time lapse. It showed the cloud cover moving through, aided by the gusty wind that was the real weather headline today. It was so soggy last night. We're drying out today, air temperature at 43, but with the wind feeling like 40, and you can see the camera still bobbing in the wind. Gust speeds at Newark still exceeding 30 miles per hour. Most of the area right around the 30-mile-per-hour mark, but that's a big improvement from what we saw earlier today, where gusts 40 to 45 miles per hour were a pretty common occurrence, even as far inland as Monticello, close to 40 miles per hour. It's what we saw for Montauk. West Hampton was 40-mile-per-hour gusts today. LaGuardia was the winner at 45. So very windy, but at least we were dry after 1 to 2 inches of rain fell late last night. The radar is calm, but the cloud cover, that stayed fairly consistent today. We're already starting to see that clear out, and the clouds continue to thin overnight into tomorrow morning as our wind speeds calm, but our temperatures cool off. So that's the big weather headline for Friday. Colder, but calmer. Our highs in the low 40s tomorrow, but without as much of a breeze. I still think it's a nice day under a partly cloudy sky. Moving into Saturday, we bumped those temperatures back up. Very mild conditions both Saturday and Sunday. In fact, close to 50 by Sunday when we see our next shot for a few showers moving through. I'll time it out for you on Futurecast coming up in a few minutes. Liz?
All right, Danny, we'll see you then. Thank you. Well, Mayor Adams today gave his State of the City address and outlined what he calls the working people's agenda. He laid out a broad plan on everything from fighting crime to more jobs and more affordable housing in New York City. But can he really deliver on all of those promises? Here's Eyewitness News reporter N.J. Burkett.
After 1 full year in office, Mayor Adams insists that New York City is cleaner and safer.
My fellow New Yorkers, the state of our city is strong.
Speaking from the Queens Theater, not far from his boyhood home, the mayor used his second State of the City address to offer a way forward, promising 500,000 units of affordable housing while converting more office space to apartments in Midtown.
That means creating housing in areas that currently only allow manufacturing and office uses, while protecting good jobs in the center of our city's economy.
Mayor Adams said the city's migrant crisis requires state and federal assistance. Currently, 30,000 asylum seekers and growing.
And we've done a fantastic job to show what cities can do for asylum seekers. It's up to the state and federal government to now support as well.
The mayor said that New Yorkers are safer than they were a year ago and that homeless outreach is showing results. But the city continues to be plagued by what he called a crisis of recidivism.
Time after time, we see crime after crime from a core group of repeated offenders. We know who they are, and we need to get them off our streets. This year, we are going to work with our partners in Albany to find reasonable, evidence-based solutions to this recidivism crisis.
Some lawmakers said the mayor is going too far.
And I believe strongly that the safest cities, the safest communities have the most resources and not the most police officers.
Several council members praised the mayor's speech.
It's putting a lot of work on our plates right now, but that's what we should be doing.
The devil's in the details. And if he follows up with the details, we'll be fine, but that's hard.
Long on vision, short on details. The mayor gets credit for thinking big, but big ideas often lead to big expectations. In Queens, N.J. Burkett, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Well, new calls for embattled Congressman George Santos to release his tax returns as questions mount over his campaign finances. Santos still has not answered how he was able to donate more than $700,000 to his own campaign after earning only $55,000 2 years earlier. Well, 2 days ago, Santos changed his campaign filings. By federal law, candidates must disclose how they are funding their campaigns. Well, backlash tonight over a controversial decision by a school district on Long Island. The South Huntington School Board has decided to hire private armed security guards to protect students. However, not all parents are happy about the decision. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Mike Marza.
Armed guards will soon be patrolling at South Huntington schools. The school board voted unanimously.
The time an individual is on school grounds looking to do harm, you're talking about seconds. And how do we combat that?
The district reacting to the epidemic in school gun violence. Most recently, the massacre in Uvalde, Texas, when a gunman murdered 19 students and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary School.
There's no guarantee that police officers can be there within seconds.
The school board argues several parents support the installation of armed guards at schools, but not everyone agrees.
There was an armed guard at Columbine. There was an armed guard at Parkland. In Uvalde, there was an entire armed police force devoted to that school district. And I want to know what's going to make South Huntington different.
The debate played out during Wednesday night's school board meeting.
There is not any research or data or studies or evidence to support your proposal. And in fact, it is the complete opposite.
But South Huntington's school leaders say there is a big difference, arguing these won't just be any guards, but former cops trained to protect and serve.
There is a huge difference in the pool of the security guards that we're getting that are not elsewhere. They are drawing from former NYPD members of the Nassau County Police Department, and the Suffolk County Police Department.
The school district estimates it will cost around $750,000 a year. Those armed guards could start patrolling the schools as early as Monday. Mike Marza, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Taking a quick look at Wall Street right now, where stocks rallied today. The Dow gained 205 points. The Nasdaq ended up 199, and the S&P 500 picked up 44. And as we continue with Eyewitness News at 6 on this Thursday night, several people fall into a sinkhole that suddenly opened up in front of a house on Long Island. Plus, businesses in Harlem fighting back against plans for a cannabis dispensary right across from the Apollo Theater.
And I'm Sam Ryan with this week's field forecast. With all the Aaron Rodgers rumors, we want to know what you think. We asked, who will be the Jets starting quarterback in Week 1? Having fun with this one. Zach Wilson, Rodgers, or someone else? Who knows, right? Vote at abc7ny.com/vote. The results plus my answer when we see you later in sports.
Rachel Bilson, next live.
Well, cannabis licenses have been approved for 66 dispensaries in New York State so far. One of them is on 125th Street in Harlem, right across the street from the famed Apollo Theater. But many businesses in that area are not happy about the decision, and now they are fighting back. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson.
Oh, wow, wow, didn't know.
That here in Harlem, a new business right across the street from the Apollo may upstage the legendary theater.
I don't think it's going to bother the community in any kind of way because everybody smokes weed.
And may soon be able to buy it here at 248 West 125th Street, where a sprawling 2,800 square foot cannabis dispensary is slated to open. Right now, the space is vacant. Officials say the lease is signed, but it's unclear when the gate will go up. Folks here hope to learn more tonight during a community board meeting.
That's a bad idea.
Lisa works at Lazarus, where families have shopped for their kids for decades. It's 2 doors down from where marijuana would legally be sold at the state's approved retail location.
If it has to come, yes, but not by a children's store. It's just sending a mixed message.
Recently, folks enthusiastically lined up at the state's first 2 dispensaries in the village to buy product, but the rollout for others wanting in on the game has been slow and sometimes riddled with smoke and mirrors. The flip side, so-called smoke shops illegally selling product. We counted at least 8 here along 125th Street. This would not be that.
I'm okay with the fact that there's like a brick and mortar place versus all the underground side channels that people are taking to
to access it.
Some compare what's happening now to the push in the 90s to flood this community with alcohol and cigarette ads. Critics rallied against the move and prevailed. Kimberly Richardson, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Well, county officials on Long Island are investigating what caused a sinkhole to open up and swallow up 3 people. Take a look at this video captured on a doorbell camera. It shows one of the 3 people falling into the hole just after 6 this morning. Huntington Station. The hole measured 6 feet wide and 6 feet deep. Suffolk County police officers and a Good Samaritan were able to pull one of the victims out of the hole while the other 2 needed a ladder to climb out. They are all freed within 10 minutes and thankfully did not suffer any serious injuries. Well, after yesterday's heavy rain, are you ready for some tranquil weather? I think so. Raise your hand. Yes. I see. Danny Beckstrom's in for Lee tonight. She's got your AccuWeather forecast coming up right after this.
After 5 wins and over $170,000, Troy can still be challenged.
Let's go for it.
We got a game on Jeopardy. Watch Jeopardy tonight at 7 on Channel 7.
Before we get to weather, we just want to call attention. You might be noticing something a little different tonight. On all of our shows, we are all back together on the set in the first time in 3 years. So it's really great to see you ladies all close and everything like that. I know where I can touch you guys and everything like that, you know?
This is the closest I've ever seen your face, Liz, and it's
a lot of makeup.
Yeah, it's nice to be close to you ladies tonight.
It's a great day.
The body warmth is helping. You
Definitely so.
It's chilly out there. Temperatures are aided by the gusty wind, which has been our main weather headline today. But winds are calming and temperatures are warming moving into the weekend. Tomorrow, a little on the colder side, but at least we won't be dealing with the wind. Right now, 43 degrees. Gusts at Newark still exceeding 30 miles per hour, and you can see this camera shot still bobbing in the breeze. I wanted to start with today's highs because you might think, what? 57 degrees? Today was cold. This high was actually hit at 1:49 a.m. and we've been steadily dropping ever since. So today's low temperature will end up being wherever we're sitting at midnight. Right now, 43 degrees in Central Park, 41 for White Plains and Sussex, same for Poughkeepsie, 43 for Wrightstown. Those gusts are still noticeable. Again, 25 to 30 miles per hour, but this is a big improvement compared to the 40 to 45 mile per hour range we saw for much of the morning and afternoon. And you see the steady drop in gust speed. We keep with these gusts 25 to 30 through about midnight tonight, and then approaching sunrise tomorrow morning, finally relaxing. And tomorrow afternoon, although a light breeze at times, it's not really an impactful part of the forecast. So much calmer moving into Friday, and we'll even see a little sun. Today, I know that thick cloud cover stuck around for most of the day. It was awfully gray, but we're already starting to see some of that thinning from southwest to northeast, and that trend continues overnight into tomorrow morning. So by the time we wake up to start our Friday morning, it looks like some sunshine, especially closer to the coastline. Clouds do return tomorrow afternoon, so not completely clear all day, but a mix of sun and clouds for the second half of your Friday. And although our temperatures are cold, without the wind, I think it will be more comfortable out there tomorrow. And by Saturday, much warmer, milder conditions ahead this weekend. So looking hour by hour tonight, a few clouds still lingering, but they're already starting to thin out, and that trend takes us into tomorrow morning. You notice temperatures are chilly, but sunny skies from the start tomorrow before partly cloudy conditions tomorrow afternoon. Lighter wind, highs in the low 40s. Tonight in the city, it looks like forecast lows are close to the freezing mark, which typically means 20s north and west. Still cold, but tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with the calmer wind. It stays chilly, but I think a nice day ahead with highs in the low 40s. It's still technically a touch above the seasonal average. No weather worries for your Friday night plans. Cold but calm, and by Saturday, we're bumping those highs back to the upper 40s under that mix of sun and clouds. I think Saturday's the better bet of the weekend, not because of temperature. In fact, on Sunday, we're jumping to about 50 degrees, but because Sunday, these clouds return, bringing in a chance for rain. It's not much, it's fairly light, and it is so mild that it does look like rain rather than snow, but a few showers could linger as we move into Monday. Do want to note that Sunday is January 29th, which right now holds the record for the latest first occurrence of snowfall in Central Park. We don't expect snow between now and then, so it looks like we're breaking a new record. Our next chance for showers after a few sprinkles Sunday night, middle of next week. But temperatures stay above normal through Tuesday.
And a potential record-breaking weekend.
I know.
All right, thank you, Danny. Ryan is off tonight. Sam is filling in. Sam.
Yeah, well, there's a buzz amongst Jets fans with the name Aaron Rodgers center of all the talk. Coming up in sports, the Jets Jets name a new offensive coordinator. We'll tell you why this sparked the rumors of the veteran quarterback possibly coming to the Big Apple. Well, that's what the talk is anyway. And still time to vote on this week's Field Forecast hypotheticals and fun with the rumors. We asked you, who will the Jets starting quarterback be in Week 1 next season? Zach Wilson, Rodgers, or someone else? Vote at abc7.com/vote. The results plus my answer after the break.
The Eyewitness News Field Forecast is sponsored by Spectrum Mobile. Get Spectrum Mobile with unlimited for only $29.99. Switch and save up to 60%. Visit SpectrumMobile.com.
Coming up tonight, we have breaking news. Authorities describing the horrific video. 5 former police officers now charged with murder in Memphis. What we know. Also breaking U.S. forces tonight in the terror leader takedown. Next.
Well, their season might be over, but the Jets are wasting no time. Moving forward, right? The Jets cast a wide net for their new offensive coordinator, and today they made it official, bringing on Nathaniel Hackett to run the offense next season. Now, Hackett replaced Mike LaFleur, coordinator, and he's the son of Paul Hackett, who was Gangrene's offensive coordinator from 2001 to 2004. He was the Packers OC from 2019 to 2021. We'll talk more about that in a second, but he's also coming off an abbreviated and disastrous run as the head coach of the Broncos. Hackett was fired before he could even finish his first season after Denver started 4-11, and Russell Wilson had the worst season of his career. But Robert Saleh is confident that Hackett put that behind him and is ready for a fresh start in New York.
You got to own it, right? It's part of the resume, and I get it, but you know, you got to have the discipline to look past recency bias. The fact of the matter is that he got to Denver and he had that opportunity because of his life's work as an offensive coordinator and all the different things that he's done in this league.
So, okay, cue the Aaron Rodgers rumors. It didn't take long for the Aaron Rodgers photoshopped in a Jets jersey to make its way through Twitter today. But keep in mind, Aaron Rodgers is not a free agent. The Packers would have to work out a trade for the 4-time MVP, which could come at a hefty price tag for Gangrene. But if you read the tea leaves, the connections are there. And Saleh did say the priority with candidates was the quarterback position and the plan to add a veteran. And that brings us to the field forecast. We decided we're going to have a little fun with the Rodgers rumors and ask you, who will be the Jets starting quarterback in Week 1? Zach Wilson, Rodgers, or someone else? And so far, let's look at those numbers. Wow. Someone else. Look at that. Yeah. Someone else. As for me, bold prediction, nothing from me. I'm on the fence. There it is. There's me sitting right there. I'm going with you. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm going to take the wait and see approach and see who's on the roster come training camp. We just don't know right now. I know that's not exciting, though. Okay, one more football note. Brian Daboll has been named the NFL Coach of the Year by the Pro Football Writers Association of America. He's also a finalist for the NFL Coach of the Year. That winner will be announced the night before the Super Bowl. And big night on the hardwood. The Knicks take on the first-place Celtics, while the Nets play the second game of a back-to-back against the Pistons. Brooklyn is coming off a battle against the Sixers last night, where we saw flashes of the Ben Simmons of old. The Nets point guard had 10 points against his former team and looked more confident on the offense. The performance comes in a loss to Philly, but despite the result, Jacques Vaughn remains positive as always.
We expect to win when we step out on the floor. No excuses at all. We expect it to win tonight. We expect to win tomorrow. We expect to play hard every single time we step on the floor. So we're going to get our guys to do that every single night.
All right, we've got an NBA triple header Saturday, which begins at 3, and we will have the Knicks-Nets head-to-head in Brooklyn at 5:30 right here on Channel 7. The Women's Championship is set at the Australian Open earlier today. Number 22, Elena Rybakina facing Victoria Azarenka, and Rybakina cruises with a straight-set win, 7-6, 6-3. She will face Arina Sabalenka Saturday for the championship. And finally, just when you thought you've seen it all, yeah, we give you a delivery man on the court of a college basketball game. This gentleman walked right onto the court of last night's game between Duquesne and Loyola Chicago, carrying a bag of Mickey D's. They had to stop the game and usher the man back to the concourse level. The good news is he eventually found his customer and delivered the food.
I mean,
that's hilarious.
Unless it's
that's kind of bold too.
Come on.
He's taking his delivery very seriously. Thank you, Sam. And that is it for us for now. Thanks so much for watching. World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up next. Eyewitness News returns tonight at 11 o'clock. Have a great night.
Tonight, breaking news.